Hi guys, JackD98 here today, and we are back with a top 5, my second one of the series. Now this top 5 is a little bit different to what I was actually going to say I was going to do with the top 5 maps. This one is my top 5 favourite guns added into Zombie Chronicles. So this is anything down to like new guns added in from DLC weapons, or just from back from when the original game came out in World at War, such as like the MP40 or something like the M16. But kicking off at number 5 here, this was quite tricky I felt, because all these guns are pretty good. I had to put the 1911 at number 5. Now, it was originally it was called the M1911 or the Colt. I thought it was a very good gun. I was glad that they added it back in, because it sort of just gave the feel, it was like the feel zombies better in that sort of way. Such that Mustang Silenced was actually back. Although the problem with it I have, maybe the sound isn't not as good as the Black Ops 1 version, but I have to admit the look of it looks pretty good. I like it. It plays quite well, especially if you have Danger Closest on. Danger Closest maybe, the double gun. It's pretty good. And oh, by the way, sorry to can't say this before, but this is actually gameplay of a 2-box challenge or not. Sorry about that. But back to the 1911. The only disappointment to me maybe is it's a bit too much like the MR6. You know, I wanted the 1911 to come back in, and when it wasn't added in straight away when the gun came out as a DLC, or not DLC weapon, just as a normal weapon patch, you know, it was a bit of a shame. But the 1911, I think, is not as, it's powerful, but because of no PhD, it has to go number 5, in my opinion. But coming at number 4 now, these are really hard to think about. I've had a really good think about this at number 4, and I'm going to put the AK-74U in. Now the AK-74U in has more ammo than the Black Ops 1 and the Black Ops 2 version, I think. And also the way it looks actually looks a lot smaller. It reminds me of the Model 3 Remastered sort of AK-74U look to it. But the reload action is pretty cool actually. But because of the ammo, there's a lot more ammo in this one. And it seems a lot more powerful as well than the other AK-74Us. Obviously the sound is a little bit different, but obviously this Black Ops 3 sound, they obviously kind of back to the OG sounds of these guns. But I have to admit, I think the AK-74U deserves its place at 4th. It's not as good as some of the other guns coming up. There's not really too much to say. It's a submachine gun, it's very light to run around with. It's extremely good. Especially on the maps like Kino, and for Rucked, quite a small maps and really good, fast to run around with. It's also quite good to camp with as well now. You can actually camp with it, especially when you pack-a-punch it. And also the little looks that they've done to it, like the World at War maps, they've kept it like the original bare bones sort of gun. But then you go into like Kino and maybe, I think it's on Ascension, where it has a laser sight and a red dot, which I don't mind. I think it sort of goes in with your more customization. Maybe if you could customize it yourself, it would be a lot more better than the one that they done. But I think the AK-74U deserves to be at 4th. Coming at number 3, this one, I'm going to put the M16 at number 3. Now the M16 wasn't good. Well, it was an okay-ish gun back in the day, but now they brought it back, and I feel like now that they've buffed it up a bit, you know, they've changed the name of it to Skull Piercer. I think it's Skull Piercer now. Or was it Skull Crusher? It's either one of those two, but I'm sorry if I said it wrong the first time, or it's vice versa, but I said both names. And it really does do the damage now, as you've seen in my Shangri-La game. It does do the damage. I like the way that they put the ELO sight onto it. I think that, and you know, I didn't have to put grip on it really, but it plays really well actually with the ELO sight. I like it. It makes it look really funky as well. I think there's the same amount of ammo as in the Black Ops 1 version. The damage is the main feature I'm talking about. The M16 here, it is a lot better than it was. And Pack-a-Punch is absolutely a beast. It's a monster of a gun actually, the M16. But there is 2 other guns that are more monstrous Pack-a-Punched than the M16. So, coming in at number 2, I'm going to put the Galil. Now, the Galil is fantastic. Galil's always been a really good gun, and I was a bit like, oh, when it wasn't added in to Black Ops 3. but then it was added into Black Ops 3, and then now, you know, it's a gun that you get out of the box. You're like, I'm going to keep this gun because I like, you know, you remember the old version. The new version is good. It's very good. There's only one bad feature I can think of, and maybe the reload speed is a bit slower than the other two that we've had before. And obviously the way it looks, you know, it used to be shiny. It seems to have got shiny to really like look. It doesn't look like chrome anymore. It just looks like a block of concrete, to be honest, the colour of it. You know, it's got high damage, very good gun, probably the most one of the most powerful assault rifles in the game. But there is one assault rifle that is actually more powerful, which is at #1 spot. And I believe this, and I won't say the name of the gun yet, okay? But this, I think, the gun that's going to come up has more powerful, in my opinion. But with the Galil, they've also added in the red dot sight, I believe, and fast mag. So now the reload speed has got better. And when you put speed cola on it, oh, it's absolutely fantastic. You know, anything with double tap's going to do good. But the Galil just seems better. It has more ammo, so you can sort of spray the gun a bit more. But yeah, and the ammo is pretty good as well. But coming at #1 now, I think you could have a couple of guns here. You know, I was looking at the STG and the MP40. I think they just didn't quite make the cut, just because of ammo and maybe the power in later rounds. But I have to put the FFAR here. Now the FFAR, I think, it's probably the best damaged assault rifle in the game. I don't know what they've done to it. Well, I know what they've done to it. They buffed it up so well. It's incredible. And they brought it back into God Crovey. You know, I thought it was a really good match for that. You know, a really good match of a gun. It had really good ammo, and it's got much more ammo than the original version, and it just seems to be way more powerful as well. Extremely powerful. You know, and I don't know, it just looks so cooler as well. I think the Elo sight makes it look cooler. I don't like the iron sight that's on it. I think the iron sight makes it a little bit heavy. Although it does look heavy as well, actually, when you see it. But I think the FFAR is the #1 gun to go to now. You know, assault rifles, you know. First of all, it was the HVK, and then it was the Galil, and then, you know, when the FFA came out of the box on God Crovey, he was like, yeah, this is a good gun. I'm going to keep hold of this. You know, it was really good. It's got really good damage. One of the most best damage guns. Let's take away one of the weapons. Really good damage. Probably as good. Probably the best assault rifle, like I said, going into the game. But that is my top 5 right there. But I'm going to put an honourable mention in now. This gun I love, but I don't think it's just made it into the top 5. It is the PPSH, is the honourable mention. If I had to put a 6th spot, which I sort I am, because it's an honourable mention, I would put the PPSH. It doesn't seem as good as the World at War, you know. The World at War version was the OG version. I know all the original of these guns were the OG versions, sorry. But I have to admit, the PPSH is still a really good gun. But, you know, I just don't think it does the damage. You know, it just doesn't sound right when you shoot the PPSH. You know, the ammo's fantastic, and I can't say anything wrong about the ammo. The, you know, best submachine gun's got the same amount as a light machine gun. You know, but, you know, I don't think it quite cuts. It could have switched places with the 1911. I think if I had to make it an all-gun round, like an all-round base sort of fast shooting guns, but. You know, I think the 1911 had to go onto the list, in my opinion, because people really wanted it. It was in the community's hearts, the 1911. So was the PPSH, but I just don't think the PPSH deserves to be on this list. But it could be on another list later. You just never know. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this top 5. There will be a lot more top 5s coming out soon. Sorry for the delay of the top 5. I think it's 3 weeks ago since I did my last one. And I hope you enjoyed this Noct. The Untoten gameplay of the 2-box challenge. It was streamed a couple of weeks ago. It is in the playlist of the 2-box challenges, so watch out for that. There will be another top 5 coming out soon as well. I won't tell you what it is, But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.